hope you had a wonderful time today celebrating the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. Just want to take some time to respond to some of the assignments that I saw coming through and emphasize once again, please don't fall behind in your assignments here. We're coming up on as we progress through the session. These weeks go by very, very quickly, so stay on task. Now, another thing too is if you get locked out with an assignment, you can't save the assignment then come back to it. Sometimes you will get locked out, so if that happens, just email me and I can reset it as it goes there. Thank you also for those of you who are sending in your annotated bibliography and also your Synopsis 1 paper. Just a couple things I've noted here. First of all, what am I looking for? Let me just show you here an example. What I'm looking for in the Synopsis 1 paper is I look at MLA style, the structure of the paper, the content, and the mechanics. Structure is, the logic and the flow. Content is how well have you written it? What do you say exactly? And the mechanics is like spelling. The annotated bibliography, I'm also looking for MLA style. I'm looking for at least 2 scholarly books and articles. I'm looking for, when you write your sentences to describe the annotations, does it sound right? Does it sound complete? Are the ideas clear? And finally, I'm looking for some balanced resources. Even though you're advocating a certain position, for example, if you're talking about did God create the world in 7 days or did it take longer? If you're advocating a 7-day position, you should have at least 1 or maybe 2 sources that argue the opposite point. It shows that you've done your research to have a balance of resources. The scholarly books and articles I've talked about before, so you understand the importance of that. Let me also just show you here an example of what MLA style looks like. This is the template I provided. Double space everything up here. Remember your last name and goes up here, and the template does have a page number right here, so I can just type something right up here and then save it, and I'm fine. Common error is that people do not double space everything. So what I mean by double space everything is there's a double spacing between paragraphs and so forth. Make sure your margins, half-inch margin here, are fine. The template gives instructions on how to do this inside of a Microsoft 2003 document, but you can also use Microsoft 2007 and just use the help function to find that. When you get into doing your outlines, I often say have an outline that goes to 3 levels. Now, what do I mean by 3 levels? Well, this is the first level right here. This would be the second level heading. And then there's a 3rd level heading as well. Note that if you have an A, you need a B. If you have a 1, you need a 2. And if you have an A, you need a B as well. That has to be balanced to make sense right here. If I don't have that like this would be incorrect. But so just make sure that you balance it. But here's 1, 2, 3, and actually this drives it to the 4th level. And you can be that detailed if you so desired. Okay, and then block quotes margins are also an item that people have questions about. Here again, quotes longer than 4 lines of prose or 3 lines of verse is something you need to block quote right here. If you have more than 2 paragraphs, then you would indent each one of them. Otherwise, just use 1. And then finally, in your works cited, notice that all your works cited are double spaced. There's no spacing. Don't do this. Don't put a spacing in between your citations. And try also to use Times New Roman. Okay, well, if you, I guess, as usual, if you have questions or issues, don't hesitate to call me. You have my cell phone number, or email me. I'll try to get back to you. If I don't get back to you by emailing, then maybe your email has gone into my spam folder, my junk folder. So feel free to contact me again. Don't hesitate to call me. Thank you, and again, I hope you've had a wonderful and blessed Easter.